Hello friends. So in this particular section of the video I am going to tell you about the getters and setters. So firstly we should know what is getters and what is setters. So getters and setters are generally used when we wanted to access the private members of our class. So as you know that the scope of the private member is inside the class that we have made, and in order to access them we need to use the getter function and setter function. And also I am going to tell you a little bit about the templates. So let's get started. Firstly I'm going to create a new I'm going to open my editor. Okay, I'm going to create a new file here. Okay, so firstly we will make a class of let's give the class, let's give the name class as pair. Okay, so here we have to define two data members, that is private int x and int y. So we have made our two data members private. Okay, so as you know we cannot access this outside the scope, so what we have to do, we have to make a getter. First we will make a getter function. So it doesn't have a return time, so we'll make it void. Then set x setter, here we will pass our argument as parameter as x, and this dot x equals to x. So here this x refers to this argument and this refers to this argument, this parameter. Okay, now we have to make our setter function that will make us print our output. So what we are going to do, we are going to use getx, int getx, because we should have a return type of this. And what we are going to do, return x, and I'm going to do the same for the y also, just changing. Okay, so this is our main class now. So this is the structure of the getter and setter. This is the very simplest example of the getter and setter. Now I'm going to make a new file where I am going to call it get set call.cpp, and I'm going to name it get set call.cpp. Okay, so here I'm going to import first our header file. See, for the studio input output, int main, this is our main function. Now we are going to make the object of our getter class, our pair class, pair p1. Now we want to define, okay, what we are missing, we are just missing the import of the get set.cpp. Get, okay, now p1 dot set x, what do you want to set, let we are giving 10, p1 dot set y. here we are giving 20. Now see outputting p1 dot. Okay, so you can see here we are set x, that is we are giving the parameter as 10. Here you can see 10, and for the second object set y, we are giving the giving the parameter as 20. Okay, and for returning, that is we need to have a return statement to make it print, so we are using the get x for this. Okay, integer type that is having the return type. Okay, so get x, it will return our get x, and set x, it will return our, okay, p1 dot set x, set y, and it is going to return the value of y. Okay, so here you can see that this is the private members, and we have to first make this public. Okay, because the function should be public in order to access this in this class, in this main function. Okay, fine up to here. Let's check it is running or not. What is the name of get g? Okay, get set cpp dash output. Let's check set y. Okay, it is throwing error here. Set y. So what is the error? Check this. What is the error? Okay, what I am giving this here, p1 dot set y. Okay, p1 dot get y. So it was my fault. Okay, it's and get set call dot get set call, and we are 10 and 20. So here we are able to access our 10 and 20. Okay, so fine up to here. Now what we want, we just don't want to define the data type of this variable here. So what we can use, we are going to use the templates. So what is templates? Okay, so template is generally used when we wanted to access data in the main, and we don't want to define it in our earlier class that we have made. Like here we are defining it as int. Let we wanted to make it define it on the main, what we wanted to define it. Okay, so what we can do is, let's use the template in cpp template type name. Here we are providing the t. Now I can change it. Fine. Okay, this also t, and this also t. Okay, so here we have defined our templates. Now in order to access this in our main class, we have to make something like this. Okay, I am going to comment out this. Okay, here that we wanted to make our the variables of this class as integer. So what we can do, int pair int, and what we wanted to name this object of this class p1. Okay, now I am going to call the same p1 dot set x. Here we have given 10 p1 dot set y. Here given the 20. Now see outputting the value p1 dot get x p1 get y. Okay, fine. Let's check it is running or not. Okay, and I'm going to save it. Now again I'm going to call. Okay, it is given 10 and 20. Okay, let's change it because earlier we have given the 10 20, so you are going to confuse that this is the output of this uh, previous program or previous main function. So I have changed the value. I have set the x value as 11. Okay, let's check it is running or not. Well, okay, so here you can see that 11 and 20. So you have got a brief introduction of how to use the getter and setter, and how to make a template in your class. Okay, thank you.